Hello, everybody, and welcome to our latest energy market update. Today, I'm going to focus on the June MEP gas contract. So gas and electricity contracts are closely correlated, so we can use June gas as a proxy for the broader energy complex. So here's a price chart of June gas. There's three things we want to take away from this chart. First is the strong downtrend in place from early December into late February, and we capture that by these two parallel red lines called a trend channel. And the reason the price collapsed was we had a milder than expected winter, and that left a lot of gas in storage across Europe. And eventually, that oversupply of gas weighed on the gas price and caused it to collapse. The second thing we want to look at is the turnaround in price in late February. And that's of interest because we know from previous years that very often in the January to March trading window, we get important turning points in the market. And that could also be the case this year. And the third thing that we want to take away from this chart is the uptrend in the price since late February, as denoted by that orange trend line on the chart. The price was initially pushed into that uptrend by chart-based trading signals. So the price was looking oversold, meaning it had fallen too far too fast in that price collapse from early December into late February, and it was due a turnaround. And then as the price rose, in the second part of April, we had hostilities between Iran and Israel. That's where I'm having the mouse currently on the chart. But even as those hostilities subsided, the price only fell back as far as this trend line again, and this trend line has continued to support the price higher. So where is the price going from here, and what things are traders looking at? Well, traders are going to be looking at the gas storage situation across Europe. Here's a chart of aggregated storage levels in the European Union. And we can see the storage levels are at quite healthy levels. They're slightly higher than where they were last year, and they're much higher than where they were back in 22 and 2021. But there are risks to filling up these storages during the summer. So they fill up the storages during the summer, and then they take the gas out during the winter. There is the geopolitical risk. There's the potential that the conflict between Iran and Israel would reignite. And we know that Iran can impede up to 20% of liquefied or global liquefied natural gas supply coming from the Persian Gulf. The other risk is weather related. Here's a news story from Forbes, and referring to the La Nina weather phenomenon. And La Nina is of interest for two reasons. The first reason being that it can cause a warmer than expected summer. And if that were to happen, it would increase air conditioning demand, which would drive up the price of gas and electricity. It can also cause droughts. And when that happens, it normally reduces the availability of hydroelectric generation. And then again, more gas is needed for generation, and that drives up the price of gas. And that would in turn feed through into the electricity price. And the final risk from La Nina, as the headline suggests, is that it can cause stronger than normal hurricanes. And these hurricanes very often hit the Gulf of Mexico. And that's of interest because up to 25% of Europe's gas now comes from the Gulf of Mexico, from Texas and Louisiana. So were a very strong hurricane to hit energy infrastructure in that area and damage it and curtail the gas supplies to Europe, that would have a very material impact on the gas price in Europe. So they're the two risks from La Nina. So what is the advice moving forward based on all that? So if we go back to the June gas price and look at the chart, if the price were to fall lower through this trend line that's in place currently, that would take some of the near-term risk off the table. But if the price bounces at this trend line, like we've seen in recent months, then that's a risk-on situation. And that would suggest the need to continue incrementally buying to at least the end of this year. So that's all for the moment, folks. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to drop me a line, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you.